Today I've chosen this eagle to be colored. It's a very lovely eagle. I've always thought eagles are quite majestic birds. And let's hope we can sort of keep it looking majestic. So let's see what comes out of it today. There we go. Going for some light colored beak. It's gonna be tempting putting a lot of colors on it. Let's see if I can control myself. Let's see what comes out of it. There we go. We started with quite conservative color scheme. Browns and a bit of yellow, which I think are already the real colors of the bird. So here we go. Right. Thinking what colors to put, and I think what I will do is I'll color this as well with brown. There we go. Piece of something coming. And another one with the same brown. Oops. There. So, has any of you seen eagle in nature? Where I am, there are no eagles flying around, but I have been in a, what I guess you could call a bird show, where they had trained a lot of birds, and the eagle looked properly majestic. Massive bird as it flew by, and it flew by actually really close to the people that were watching it. It was incredible to watch. I've not seen it just wild in the nature, which would be brilliant to see. Any one of you have any encounters with eagles that they'd want to share? Yeah. So there we go. I'm gonna also do a little bit of brown here. Like I said, I'm trying to keep the colors a little bit more conservative than what I normally do. Normally I go just crazy. So let's see. So far I've done a very good job. I have not gone too crazy. Let's try another kind of brown. There we go. Looks very similar, but it is slightly different than the other one. There, a strong beak. Always good. There we go. And I'm going to do a bit more with this color. And I think what I will do is I'll do some of these. I'm going to be building this little by little. There we go. Like that. And then what shall we do next? I do have one more brown, slightly different. And I think what we'll do with this, there we go. more brown, and then we're gonna spread it out a bit and maybe do a bit more of that yellow. See what other colors would look good on our eagle. There we go. Looking very stripy at the moment, but I'm sure it will come together as we continue coloring. I think what I'll do is I'll continue and do these as well with the similar kind of brown. There. There we go. And a bit more. Right. Very quiet you guys are today. Not hearing any comments. Hope you're having a brilliant day wherever you are, whether it's the beginning of your day or the end of the day. Hopefully you've had a good day. I'm sort of halfway down my day, and I've had a very productive day, so I'm super happy. There we go. Gonna do some of those. And another one. There. Almost all. Oops. There. And I think I'll do the one more, which is here. Just keeping up with the pattern that I've done. There we go. Getting there. And these others as well. Going around and around and around. And then we've got a lot of brown. And the question is, what color put next? Any suggestions? What color should go on an eagle? There we go. Okay, we're having a very stripy eagle at the moment. But what I do think is I'm going to do a little bit more of this yellow, just because I think it would look lovely. I'm going to put some of it more here. I think some of these birds of prey do end up having, in real life, some of these yellows, or just very light browns in their chest, sort of going under their belly. Although I have to say, what I mainly see here is robins. But they have a similar system going on, just with the red robin. Yep, that is the color. Oh, and I can see I have not done that. There's always something that I don't notice, which is really weird. I'm sure you guys have better eyes and you've realized these things as I'm coloring. And you just go, no, you was going to do all of them and now you've gone past. Can't you see there is still one to color? No, I did not see that. Let's fill in now. There we go. And one more. There. It's going around and around and around. There we go. Oh, so much for just one more. There's always one more, isn't there? There as well. I didn't realize. There. Okay. Looking good. Now we've got all our stripes done. No, we don't have our stripes done. I am just not seeing anything today. I don't think I'm paying attention, but there we go. We have. Okay, after I've done this, then I'm pretty confident. Let me know if it looks like I've forgotten one of these stripes that I wanted all brown. Now I think that they're all brown. Somebody's gonna shoot me down on that, but hey, there we go. Ellery is saying hi. Oh, thank you. You're saying you're gonna be staying here until I'm done. That's very kind of you. Thank you very much. And somebody is asking, Minnie is asking, what type of bird are you drawing? So I think this is, to me, this looks like an eagle. Feel free to disagree if you don't think this is an eagle. But that's what I'm, excuse me, aiming for. A bit of an eagle. I was just saying earlier how much I love seeing them out in the wild. It's not really a native bird for here. They look so beautiful as they fly. Yeah, there we go. And I think what I'll do is put some little dots of orange in those. Oops. Trying to get the things off my. There. Well, you could almost call that red, couldn't you? There we go. So we've got some color. And then we've got this stripe here, and I am wondering if we're going to go and do that for a similar orange. Am I going to regret this? I'm not so sure. Hard to know. One option would be to do these with the orange and then add some of that yellow and see how that looks like. Keeping it similar. There we go. And then let's go for the, is that too light? Anybody else thinks it's too light? Let's go for the darker yellow. There we go. We are coloring that. And that's gonna be a mix of colors. We've got some swirlies. There we go. Yes, I think I prefer this darker yellow here. Sort of brings it to life. There we go. And some more. There. There we go. Yep. That looks like I was hoping. And then we need to be moving on. So what shall we do here with the head? Any suggestions? Also took some gray pens out, but they seem just so very gray. So maybe I will stay away from them. I've got this light brown, which I think I will be using a bit here. There we go. And you're thinking I should add some blue. You're probably right. I did think of that at some point, and then I started going more orange way here. So sometimes hard to decide. So many colors look attractive. I think I ended up going orange way because I started with the yellow pen as well, and that was because I wanted to have the beak and the eye sort of a bit yeah, this kind of natural color, light natural color. There we go. And I think what I'll do is I'll just continue with the same ones if I still recognize which pens they were that I was using. Or shall I do the same as I did at the bottom? Indecision. Sometimes it's hard to decide. So I'll do the same. Bring the orange here. The same way as I did for the other one. There. Hunk. We've got all red, and then we've got yellow going in, so we're just gonna put both in here. Looking a bit natural. There. There we go. Let's put some yellow there as well. There. Okay. That sort of looks now similar than what we had here. And we've got two different ends. So it's looking reasonably balanced. Then the question is, what shall we do with that stripe? Is that too light again? Let's go with those. Yep. So going with brown. And I'm gonna do a mix of two colors. You will see soon what the other color is. I'm leaving the edges a little bit open so I can add the other color in. There we go. And then I was thinking of using the yellow. Which yellow? Eeny, meeny, miny, moe. I'm thinking that one. Just because I want the eye to be the only one that's got the light in this area. There we go. Going in with some darker yellow. There we go. Right, we're still lacking. Okay, somebody's saying have a good night. Yeah, so this is evening time for you guys. Bye. Sleep well, guys. Right, yes, so we've got some stripy bits here that we need to color, and I think what I will do is, let's go with that and team it up with something else. And what would be the else be? So I think I'm doing just alternate stripes, nothing more fancy than that. There we go. And I think what I will do for this is I'll pair it with a different brown. There we go. Okay, bye. Bye to everybody who needed to go. I think I'll pair it with this. Yep, that was the one that I needed. Oops. So we've soon got, there we go. And I think what I will do is just to keep up with the theme. I'll continue with the same system with these stripes. Very short stripy stripes. There we go. And a bit more. And then I need to find out what was the other color that I used. Hope it's the one that is in my hand. It is. There we go, so that we can get matching stripes. There. Right now, and a little bit more. There we go. So here we got our stripes. Then the question is, what shall we do with these? And I am thinking of going again with the color scheme that I had before, although that does scream yellow. There we go. I think put some yellow and some yellow. Now we've got in a few places. And what shall we put in between? There we go. Looks like it turned brown. It's almost banana peel. Yeah, don't know why that was my thought. If that is a banana peel, it's gone badly wrong. There you go. And then we've got a couple more stripes to figure out what colors to put in there. And to be honest, I did think at some point I would put some blue, but I'm thinking I'll just continue with these colors because they just look quite good on it. So we're gonna be going for red for the little dots. I mean, they just look like I should be red. Yes, I do agree with you. I fully agree that you should be red. There we go. And then let's go for, actually, let's go for the darker yellow. There we go. And can you guys guess what color I'm already thinking of putting here in between? It's the same color that I've been going and matching with the red and the dark yellow all along, as I've been doing. There are two colors, or these three colors that have been all the time pairing up. Can you really say pairing up if you've got three colors? But those are the colors that I've put together all the time. So if you've paid attention, you will then know what color that stripe is going to be. Getting there. Almost ready for doing that stripe. There. And we're going to go for light yellow. So that is our light stripe here. There we go. And then that leaves us our final stripe. What shall the final stripe be? I'm thinking that because we've got those two there, this should be something similar, even though it's got a bit of a curly whirly going on. So let's see what we're gonna do. Two different colors, two different curly whirlies. There. There we go. It's a very thin pen, so it's good for doing. Right, somebody is on the door. Sort of hoping they go away because I'm not expecting anybody. We shall see. There we go. And then we still need to put the other color on. Almost at the end. There we go. Let's put a little bit more brown in. I mean, the other color will be brown as well, but it will be a different kind of brown. There we go. And here comes the other brown. There. Just gonna do the same kind of whirlies with that. There. I think that sort of balances out the picture nicely. I've got some other stripes in a similar color. So we're just continuing on that. There we go. Continuing on the color theme, just pulling it all together. There. A few more. There we go. And we're almost at the end of this side. There. That looks very feather-like somehow to me, which is good. There. So just going around and around, building it a little bit by bit. There. Not much to go anymore. There we go. There. And towards the end, still continuing with these curlies. There we go. There. I think we are pretty much done. So that is the eagle that we've colored today. I hope you've enjoyed. If you like, please leave a like and subscribe, and comments are always brilliant because then I know if you've liked what I've done. So thank you very much for being here with me. I wish you a lovely day. Bye.